gearing up for our next review.
Our review?
Oh, there.
Is this going to be like that time we were trapped in that movie theater?
Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, sorry.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry.
That's a keeper. Meanwhile, Opie and his therapist go fishing.
No, nothing like that.
What fucking game are we doing this week?
Dynamite Headdy.
I got some Dynamite Headdy from your mom last night. 2 girls in 1 cup.
Dynamite Headdy, created by Koichi Kimura and developed by Treasure for the Sega Genesis, was released August 4th, 1994. It's definitely a game that stands out among other 16-bit platformers of the generation, and one I find myself revisiting every few years. The story centers around Headdy, a strange little puppet with a detachable head, traveling to Northtown and finding the town in complete chaos.
Somebody call for a little bit of chaos?
No, not you, John!
Damn it, John!
The evil puppet king, Dark Demon, is attacking the town and kidnapping its peaceful inhabitants in order to convert them to his minions of darkness. Amongst all the confusion, Headdy is captured and rejected by Dark Demon's followers. Dumped into a trash bin on the way to the incinerator, Headdy busts out and sets out to stop this madness, defeat the evil puppet king, and release the land of toys from his diabolical grip.
That's one of the strangest things I've ever heard.
Oh, it gets better, sir. Headdy travels through a variety of levels, using his head to defeat enemies and bosses known as Keymasters, who serve as the king's elite guard. And to make matters worse, Headdy is constantly stalked by Trouble Bruin, a puppet resembling a cat, who is jealous of Headdy's success, and will stop at nothing to be the star of the game.
Hey, give me some of that Dynamite Headdy.
Yes! Headdy is a single-player 16-bit platformer, but sets itself apart from the Mario and Sonics of the era in many unique ways. You take control of Headdy, a small puppet who uses his seemingly invulnerable head as a weapon. You are able to fire your head in 8 different directions, acquire different power-ups to change your head for offenses and strategic purposes, as well as enabling you to retrieve out-of-reach items. Though unfortunately, these power-ups do have a time limit. Headdy is not alone on his journey. Along the way, he will have help from View, a fairy-like toy who helps point out weaknesses of all the boss characters. She's kind of annoying, though. By grabbing a hangman, Headdy is able to pull himself up various platforms, opening up the way you traverse the world and enabling you to save yourself from fatal falls. The game is beautiful, with lots of colorful graphics and tons of movement on screen, which is impressive for the time. In fact, if you really pay attention to the background, there's a lot of really strange things going on. Do it! The levels are set up in scenes, almost as if you're in a play or some kind of movie. On the continue screen, if you game over, Headdy exits stage left. Between each stage is a curtain call. Even your life gauge is a stage light. And there's one more reference we will get into later. Throughout the levels are power-up characters called Headcase. He can grant you the power-ups mentioned earlier, heal your life, and give you access to a bonus level where you shoot basketballs and must sync the number of shots you were given. Completing this will reward you with a secret number, which will be important later in the game. The game's difficulty increases steadily as you continue through the levels, and the last few levels are no exception. By this time, all of the skills you've learned are stretched to the breaking point, and the game just continuously throws everything it has at you. The last part is broken into 3 brutal segments. The first has you riding up an elevator, dodging spiked platforms, and being pursued by Trouble Bruin in his super finagler form. It psychs you out thinking you have to fight this monstrosity, but his weapon malfunctions, backfires, and then proceeds to chase you and Trouble Bruin down a hallway, having to fend off this ferocious feline and a crazy laser with legs. Eventually, if you survive the onslaught, the weapon overheats, and you make your way to the final confrontation. The fight with Dark Demon is not actually that complicated. You are given the tools you need in the form of power-up bubbles that will occasionally circle around Headdy. Their uses are for attacking or dodging attacks that are thrown at you. After a few hits, the Puppet King is defeated and is revealed to be nothing more than a small toy which had become overcome with hatred and darkness. The game actually has multiple endings, depending on how many of the secret bonus points you acquired throughout the levels. As things wind down, many of the puppets begin taking set pieces down, further supporting the possibility that everything just witnessed all took place in a stage play. But what about Trouble Bruin? Why were you just a giant head right there?
You cup the balls before you stroke the shaft.
Oh, well that makes perfect sense. Remember those numbers we collected by completing the bonus levels? There are 4 in total that you can receive, and they are used after the credits are done rolling. Entering the 4 numbers you got gives you access to the real ending of the game. A secret boss battle where you face a money-hungry executive and his associates, further driving the nail in the coffin that this game was just a stage production. A silly ending to an even sillier game. Strange story elements aside, Dynamite Headdy is a fantastic side-scroller packed with more imagination, creativity, and variety than many games of its generation. A lot of the critical reception was positive, gaining high praise for its tight controls, vivid graphics, and fast-paced action gameplay. Oddly enough, this game fell victim to some strange censorship that was a trend when bringing Japanese games to an American market. Bosses were changed, and even Trouble Bruin's appearance is different, though not too drastically, which begs the question why it needed to be changed at all. Perhaps it was deemed too childish? And this may be one of the rare cases where the American box art is actually superior to its Japanese counterpart. With beautiful, colorful graphics, excellent music, and more heart than most games could even dream of. In the end, I feel Dynamite Headdy is a great experience and one that will stick with me for many years to come. I should also mention this game was released for the Master System and the Game Gear, but both versions are far less superior and were not as well received than the Genesis release, so it's hard for me to recommend those versions.
Where are you hiding? Styling. Where you at, man? Hey, you!
Oh my!
Have you seen Styling anywhere around here? Like, I'm pretty sure he was here just a little while ago.
Oh shit. John! Grab the rope!
Shit, styling again? Really?
If I had $1 for every goddamn time I've been rolled,
des à la liste des pixels.